Here now, we've got 30-year Army veteran and Fox News military analyst, Major General Bob Scales. Let's hit the news first about what's going on in Ramadi, Major General.
Okay.
Are you optimistic that the Iraqi forces can retake this very important city?
I think they can, but it's going to be a very, very slow and tough slog, Liz. But it's very important. Remember, if you look at a map of Iraq, what you see is that Ramadi is essentially the gateway to Mosul, and Mosul is the geographic center of gravity of the ISIS effort in Iraq. When Ramadi falls, then the road from Ramadi to Mosul is open, and the road from Mosul to Raqqa, which is their other capital, is closed. So what this may mean as we move into the campaign season, Liz, is that for once in the last 2 years, Iraq may very well have the upper hand in this march to Mosul.
But here's the thing, and it's a good point that you make. The Raqqa, Mosul, and it's the traffic line there, the supply line, and it's an exceedingly important supply route for ISIS. The question, though, is, what about the issue of local civilians being used as potentially human shields by ISIS? What is the call here by our U.S. military and allied forces there?
Well, the reason they're doing this, as you know, Liz, is to try to lessen the killing effect of American air power. ISIS has done this before. They did it in Mosul. They've done it in other cities in Iraq. It's tragic, but a lot of my friends are saying that this could backfire on ISIS. Because remember, the civilians that are in Ramadi are actually pro-ISIS because they chose to remain behind with the fighters. And if the fighters put these civilians up as sort of sacrificial lambs to American firepower, at the end of the day, they could suffer terribly in their own propaganda.
General, let's move on to the next story. Let's talk about the breaking news coming now about the San Bernardino terrorists that Tashfeen Malik, the wife of Syed Farouk, had checked no to when she was asked on her visa application whether or not she did engage in terrorist activity. This news just breaking moments ago. She's saying she said no to questions on her background. Now, isn't this an issue for whether or not we continue to grant visas or visa waivers or marriage visas to people in hotspots in the world that do not like the United States?
Oh, absolutely. You know, all it is just a check-the-block exercise. We have no idea who these people are, what their political and religious views are, and just filling out a form or even going through rudimentary interviews is not going to reveal how they truly feel about immigrating to the United States. No, this is not Norwegians coming to California. These are folks who are coming from contested areas in the Middle East, and we can't be too careful in how we vet them. And right now, frankly, Liz, we do a terrible job in vetting anyone from the Middle East who comes into this country.
Last question, quickly. Is political correctness killing us?
Yes, in fact, I said that the other day. Look, when it's not just killing us in the United States, it's killing us in the Middle East as well. When you have rules of engagement that are based on criteria that are so strict that a suicide bomber will run into the midst of our soldiers, as happened, just a couple of days ago, and kill our own people. Why? Because our young soldiers are prohibited from engaging the enemy because the enemy don't show outward signs of aggression. No, this has got to stop. You can't win a war by being politically correct, Liz.
All right. Thank you, General. Thank you so much, Bob Scales. We really value your insights. Merry Christmas to you. Now let's take it to Wall Street.